also is they strike when people aren't home.
Sure.
And they know they're not home. The athletes, they clock their where they're going to play or whatever, and when they're out there playing, they go strike. But they have the equipment to even disable the cameras and everything from their security, right?
Yeah.
In this case, somebody seen on camera taking plants out,
which is
try to hide
them thing in the world. Like
that's weird.
It's weird.
I still feel like it could be a hit. Whoever this person is could have been hired. If it's not anyone close to family and stuff, people suspect who the person in the camera could be. Just say it was someone hired or something like that.
Sure.
Maybe somebody got hired, but it wasn't like a professional, but a low budget type hire. You know what I mean? Someone that.
Yeah. Somebody. Yeah.
Somebody. Yeah, I think I'm going to go back over to Nancy's.
Well, the crazy thing, I didn't even consider this, but I have a 12-year-old son who said, this might be one of those things we never find out. And, that thought never really even occurred to me, but the fact that that's a reality is a little bit heartbreaking and terrifying as someone who lives in town. And, that's just...
The thing about it is, it's just so much feds and everybody on this.
Yeah.
And so much pressure, opposed to just a random person that goes missing or thing like they don't have resources to do it someone else like
Sure.
they have done here. So I feel like they'll get to the bottom of this. Like they're doing every single technology possible to pinpoint.
Well, my concern, they said it's supposed to rain tomorrow.
It is.
Footsteps in these wash or gloves or whatever, all those things are going to be washed away.
Yeah.
And then the other aspect that is kind of a morose point, but if her body is out here, we've got coyotes, we've got wildcats, we've got.
Well, we heard them the other night. I heard like a bunch of them.
Yeah, they'll sing out for sure. So that's the other aspect. Like even
time is of an essence.
Vultures and things like time is of the essence for sure. I'll let you get to it, man. It was great meeting you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the energy drink. Thank you for the support. You be safe. Thank you. Brought me an energy drink, so we got energy. All right, so I want to show you something based off the glove and the location that just went to. This was where investigators were focused, the search area. Now, this is coming out by Nancy's home. This is Campbell. So yesterday, the feds were all along Campbell. They were also back, I would say, in this area too. That's where I caught them when they were going to the things. But this is where the glove, they're saying, was found along Campbell. 5125 North Campbell Avenue. Now, I just took you in this area here when we were on. Maybe that's why forensics were back there early this morning, Pima County, searching the woods area. But the question is, do they feel the person left their home and actually went down on Campbell and head south? Eventually, you're going to get to East River Road, and there's a bunch of surveillance and everything like that, cameras. Matter of fact, we should go over there before we go to Nancy's and see. But are they trying to trace if the glove is connected to this, which I don't know, is this the route the person took out to get out of the neighborhood? People say go to Nancy's. It's happening at Nancy's. FBI at Nancy's. All right, we're on our way. FBI at Nancy. Stand by, we're going to Nancy's. We're on our way.
Head toward Northern Hills Drive. In 600 feet, turn right to stay on West Ternero Street.
All right, so we know nothing's here. Let's go back to Nancy's. Many people in the chat saying things are going on at Nancy's.
Turn right to stay on West Ternero Street.
Tent set up. Thank you. We'll get there. 10 minutes away. Da-da-da-da-da. Inspector Gadget.
At the next stop sign, turn left.
Be there in 10 minutes.
At the stop sign, turn left onto historic US 80, North Oracle Road. At the next light, turn right.
You like that revving up a little bit.
At the light, turn right. West Rudisill Road.
On our way back down to Nancy's house, people in the chat are saying FBI is there. We'll be there in the next 8 minutes. Inspector Gadget.
At the next stop sign, turn right. At the stop sign, turn right onto North First Avenue.
On the way to Nancy's.
Go past North Camino Arturo and turn left onto East Via Entrada.
5 minutes out.
Turn left onto East Via Entrada.
Ida Entrada. Might get a little choppy here, the reception. What's this? This is the area also. The feds were all in this area yesterday, too. there's
Go past Easton Trot ODAY.
there's feds out right here, right down the street. There's a group of feds. But I'm gonna go to the house. But right here on the main street, there's
Turn
feds.
left onto Camino Cresta.
I just saw a group of marked vehicles. CNN was out there too with them. Right over here, this road here.
Take your next left onto North Calle La Chima.
On the route there. CNN, Ed Levendera was out there with them.
Turn left onto North Calle La Chima. Turn left onto North Camino Miraval.
I saw four vehicles, four fed vehicles. We were just on that main road there going in.
Turn left onto North Camino Miraval. In 600 feet, turn right onto North Camino Escalante.
All right, we're
Turn
here.
right onto North Camino Escalante.
We're here.
Right onto North.
All right, we're back at Nancy's home. I'll just park here. All right, we're here. Let me go see what's up. Feds everywhere. Feds everywhere. Tense. All right, let's see. Get your energy drink. We're off. We're like, go. Nah, mobile Starlink sucks. Feds everywhere. Now the reception gets better out here as soon as we get close to the house. FBI. FBI. FBI at the scene right here. They're at the scene. They're here. They're here. FBI's here. Go grab my tripod.
Well, there hasn't.
FBI's here. Tripod time. All right. FBI's here. They're here.
some neighbors have started tying yellow ribbons around the trees kind of along the road. Just as a show of support for the Guthrie family. Definitely
All right, these are FBI vehicles here.
as so many calls now.
Let's see.
Man, feds, FBI investigators, in the county are really following up on anything all leads. And it's not really case now. We're about to be like
So these two vehicles are here. And then you have a deputy here. Right there. Let me see if I can get a better position. See what's going on down here. People said there's a tent. There's a tent. Yep, there's a tent. Tent in the front. I'm gonna go to the tent. I like the tent. There's a tent. Put a tent. That's interesting. There's a tent. There's a tent. There's a tent. Tent.
Looking right at the foot of the door, like almost where the tile would have been, or where that canal would have been on the ground. Right, but this whole still goes right. It's a little late, I would think, to be. But then again, I'm not an expert on that, and maybe they can pull something from it. And I don't know. But we know he was touching those flowers, that he was using to kind of block the camera. You can still hear them working at the front door, so they're not inside the house, they're right at the front door of the house. That's not like in school, right there. Maybe they were moving something. Whatever it is, they were taking something off the front of the house. Because they came in with a big bag. One guy had a bag on his back. And I believe there were tools in that bag. And the big bag that the two officers were carrying was the tent that was still down. You know, as police come in, I think they see more and more of the FBI showing up at this house to investigate. Yeah, the tenants coming up so they can block the front door. There's 4 or 5 of them outside the tent, but most of them are on the doorway to the house. Like I said, before they had the side, but on the tent, I was standing over here, and I was going here with my phone, and you could see them down on the ground.
All right. so we're just going to keep it here.
Trying to match TNH above, maybe.
I can hear things going on inside that tent. There's things going on inside that tent.
But whatever they're taking from that doorway, they don't want the media to see it. You know, so there has to be something important to this case that they want to keep it private. And we've seen the forensic team out here last night at 4:30 searching the area with flashlights. So, and then yesterday, the FBI was out here and they were walking up and down this road here and looking for items that, you know, they wasn't looking for a bomb. They were looking for something that may have been discarded in the yard or in the goods, or like if somebody was driving and they had threw it out the window, because they were going all up in the bushes and the wildlife and the trees out here. And looking for something. So I think it's something small, maybe the flashlight or maybe the camera itself. As decoys, they were looking for something. And there was still nothing like a bridge. They went all the way down to the end of the street and all the way back on both sides of the road. So whatever they find, I just hope they bring some justice. They take something back. They got something out. We got 2 officers come out. Okay, you can see, I can see something there's something on the ground that they have at the doorway. So there's a little crack right there. Just float us up. Let that wind blow one more time. Oh, they closed it. They closed it. Too many people standing.
Can I ask you a favor? Yeah.
Another one just came out. Another one just came out. Somebody said the text when it surfaced makes sense now, right? So let's just pray to God it don't turn into a secret. It's just a tent. You can't see them. Trust me. If anything pops open, you can believe I'm going to zoom in.
They're coming out the side with boxes.
Over here?
Over there. I filmed some of it. So they're coming out like. And they're going in with some sort of crate stuff.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. So that's what we know. See what's happening. Right, they're centered around the front of the house. They're centered around the front of the house.
Yeah, they're doing some type of casting, where they're trying to lift something off that front door. But like I said, when I seen them first, before they put the tent up, they were on the ground in the foyer to the front door. So maybe they're trying to pull something from the walkway, or they're messing with the bottom of the front door.
So they got some sort of boxes and equipment out of their trucks. They're back. They're back, folks. They're back.
So this is the second time we've seen activity out here today. Like I said, they were forensics out here searching out in the yard, the flags like really hard. I don't know why they didn't just go for it in the daytime, but they did it at night. Like, what are you gonna find at night if they're looking for traces of blood on the ground or something like that? Footprint, door frame, it may be something like that. If they just grab a shoe print from that doorway, but you gotta remember there's been a lot of police in and out of this house. There's been a lot of people that have been up to that door now. I would say that
They're here with equipment. I don't know if they're actually in the house, but I'm assuming they are, but they're focused here at this tent. Inside the tent. And you know that's where the blood was. That was the removal of the camera. The footage we seen of the unknown suspect going in. It's right here. Each and every day they keep.
all the way down there, all the way behind me.
All right, so as soon as there's a move or whatever like that, what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm just going to let me make sure I'm not in the road here. I'm going to plant the camera here. I'm going to take my other camera, go around my I'm sorry? Can I take a picture of that? Who you with? That's awesome. That's awesome. You're out here all the time. Folks, I'm going to show you something here. So this provided. This is some sort of looks like a ultrasound 4K mini kit. This is what they went in with. Ultrasound 4K mini kit. This was seen, a picture of it was in an agent's hand.
Yes. Well, actually, they took it.
So what does that kit? What does that kit do? An Ultra Studio 4K mini kit.
Well, it is with my camera. I just sent it in through my thing.
Features USB,
Okay.
connecting a keyboard and mouse, charger. But why are they doing this now? Like all this now? Why wasn't it done days ago? That's the question, folks. Why wasn't this done days ago? So we just wait. We wait here.
Hey, can you hear me? Okay. Sorry about that. I had to hop off because there was some movement. Yes.
Continued activity at the home. I went down to the right side for a second. There's just two vehicles, federal agents rolled in, and then there's the Pima County Sheriff who has been stationed out here each and every day, just out here monitoring. And who knows what's going on in there, right there, and unclear if they're in the house. I've been looking in the windows to see if I can see any movement in the windows, but all the shades are down, blinds and shades. So
still nobody around, but of course we were able to see them down on the ground. So maybe if they're taking more samples and swabbing for DNA, the home can be blocked out. So they've had four sheriffs sitting out there 24/7 for the last, since I've been here, maybe it's like 3 or 4. But before that, they would break the house out to the family, and so people were able to go up to the door. You know, we cut the shop with them.
This is what I was able to capture earlier when I was on the side. Share that. So again, people might have seen this in real time, but
Yeah, he had flowers in his hand and he was trying to block the door back in. They think that kind of mixed it with the blood by the front door. But I don't think that's what it is.
equipment. Ultimately, they took whatever they got here and went into the tent. I'll make sure I don't get hit here. I'm kind of in the road. So I'm going to keep going back and forth between the driveways. I'm going to plant this camera here, and I'm going to go over there with my camera. And if anything pops off over there, I'll film it and then share it with all of you. So they were. Here we go. Here we're at Nancy's home. They're back. They're back.
Yeah, all the experts. I think even if armchair sleuths realize that you should wait 12 days to do this, that some of these things could have been done day one. When you see people out there searching the yard 12 days later, you're thinking to yourself, why wasn't this done day one? Right? Does it take 12 days to get the people out here to do these things? When you got friends that in the middle of the night walking around the yard with flashlights, why have you slow down your time with a rate? I mean, every square inch, every rock turned over. Why is it 12 days? That's my discussion. Yeah, it's like you wait till the last minute to do things, and if the people, like I said, security people, sheriffs, everybody can train into the yard, and all this stuff you can, the sheriff walking around the corner of the house. So what if you step on a football? You know what I'm saying? Look, there's a football right in the garden. That's right there. So there's no going to our for a hole to his side track, right? We can't go whose footprint is that because we clearly see like a footprint. We can't look at the front of the yard because YouTube is like people on walking back. How do we know to see what the doing out here and not doing here? Like that, about a quarter. All this should have been taken off. It should have been every inch of it investigated, especially with being taken high profile case. And that wasn't done. I think a lot of experts that are seeing it in other places are starting to say, hey, I would have done things a little bit different. Even the sheriff said he thought it was a little too early to end the property back over. What do you call it? When you maybe it's a little too late for this, maybe it's not. But just the outside looking in, it seems a little late.
All right, nothing's going on the right side. I've been looking on the right side, and I've also been looking in the windows here. I have my other camera on me, so if anything's captured on the other side, I'll film it. But I'm trying to see if there's anything. Got all the blinds down. It's an SUV and a pickup truck on the right side. They're here. They're here. FBI. The question is, why now? Why are they doing this now? Like day 12. Great work on Minnesota. You were in Minnesota?
Yeah.
I know you are.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, you were riding around with a couple of friends of mine.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I'm riding around with a whole lot of people.
Yeah. No, you do great work. You're always out there.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah,
I'm JLR.
JR?
JLR.
Okay, JLR.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just kind of getting into the swing of things.
Oh, they're leaving. Coming out. Let's go see. Go see.
What did they do?
All right, we got something else going on.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry.
All right. Retrieved something in his hand. Back in the tent. He's going back in the tent. All right. Still popping. Still popping here. Still popping. What do you think, folks? I got a lot of sources that are feeding me information, So I appreciate that. Sending me things. What's going on? Investigators brought in a capture playback device. That's what appears to be happening here. A capture and playback device. It can capture HDMI or SDI video output from a laptop playing Nest footage, a smartphone mirrored in a monitor, a DVR, or intermediary system. They're getting embedded metadata and time codes. That appears to be the situation. Whoa. Is he right now?
I haven't seen that. He's been killing it. I can't believe all the stuff he's got. YouTube interviews. Is it? Okay.
So if you want to know some of the details of what's going on X, I would say follow Chillinois, because Chillinois is one, watching the stream, but also scouring around to find out details about what's going on and posting in real time about the situation with possible theories and information and everything like that, facts and scenarios. So go check her out. She's on X. Possibilities of what's going on here, and then everyone makes their mind up and figures out what this could be, but it seems like it's metadata, which can uncover new clues on the person is that did this crime here.
Yes, exactly. So, like, because I here, let me check to see if I can hear you fine. Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I can hear you. I can hear you just fine. Let's try to do that. Because I'm not really shot for you guys. We have a lot to show. So let's try that.
How's it going, man?
Going. How are you?
Pretty good, thanks.
So it's unclear how long they're going to be here, what they're going to do next. The But this comes early this morning. Investigators were back at this home early this morning. Forensics from Pima County, and they were also about a mile away down the road on Campbell, searching along the road early this morning before it was light. On this live stream, we took you to that location early this morning. Now agents are back here. We got multiple, both investigators, right? Both agencies, Pima County and FBI, centered around this house. Rachel posts in a comment, Savannah just hired the private investigator yesterday. Said they're just starting and catching up, or much more thorough. So I'm going to keep the camera planted here. I'm going to kind of go down the road a little bit with my other camera. If I catch anything, I'll share it with all of you. Boots on the ground. JLR investigates out here. Nancy Guthrie's home. Where is Nancy? JLR investigates boots on the ground.
You can get by without it.
I did the other day. Now that they're able to bring in an agent, we go up to Bosch. Go down.
Oh, I see. Beautiful dog.
Thank you. She's a sweetheart.
Still here, folks. Nothing going on down there.
The show, like it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They have to send
Where you from?
I'm from Philly.
It's warm here for you.
Yes. Yes. That is it. Thanks a lot.
All right, so we're just here. There's a tent up, folks. We're waiting to see what the FBI comes out with, what they're doing. Something is going on behind this tent, the front door of Nancy Guthrie's home. Equipment, digital equipment in there, front door. What is going on inside this tent?
Will it reveal any new clues to find out who this kidnapper is, who the mystery person is on that camera that we see? The whole world is watching. Dogs, a lot of dogs. Yeah, investigators are inside. All right, we're waiting. I heard noise. I heard them. I heard them making noise. So there could be some movement here. We wait. We wait. They don't want anyone to see what's going on. Jailer, I looked up the scorpions from the other night, and they are the bark scorpion. They can kill. Please be safe. they looked to be the same color. Yeah, scorpions all out here. Definitely seen scorpions in the road. Thank you for the heads up. Sure. What do you need? Go ahead, I got you. The only thing I would do is I'm probably going to move down if they move or whatever, but anything I'm going to do a drive by. Yeah, go for it. You go online? Okay. Yeah. Is that camera okay? Is that a camera okay there? I'm going to move over there. I'm going to move back here. I like to be out there for now. Let's move this over here. She wants to do her report. She said, "Can I just do my report?" I'm going to honor that because the media here has been very nice. So she's back, and then I'll move it back.
What's up with the tent?
We don't know.
Did that just go?
Yes, ma'am. It's FBI. FBI. Are you a neighbor?
Yeah, just see if they go there.
What do you think? What's going on? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Are you scared?
No,
No,
not yet.
not yet.
I still feel like, there's something more specific to this than it just being random. But if it's random, then
What's
that's
your
going to
dog?
change my mind. Lily and Ren.
Really, Ren?
Yeah.
No. No. Ren?
They're my security system.
That's your security system? No gun? You don't have a gun?
No, we did have a chat about it yesterday. So
Oh, you
see.
talked about it?
Yeah. So I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens here. I'm holding out that even though it's one way or another, it's a terrible outcome,
Mhm.
whether it was targeted or not.
Yeah.
But if it's random, it makes a big difference for
I mean,
this
hey,
neighborhood.
I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but I mean, there's videos starting to come out, people creeping at people's properties and sneaking around at night and stuff. I mean, I'm sure. How long you been living around here?
9 years.
9 years.
And it's like I live at the top of that cul-de-sac, so it's not, you have to really go up there
Yeah.
knowing you're going in there, or you're a delivery person that's lost,
Yeah.
right? You have to be going to visit someone there. It's not really a drive.
Yeah. Like nobody would really know.
Even here isn't. So I don't know. It is sounding a little bit more like it's something random that someone was watching her.
I
For
mean, dude.
what?
I mean,
I still don't understand for what. Like, if there's anything of great value in her home.
well, nothing was taken.
Right. Well, I think that's what I'm thinking. They went in with the idea of taking something, and then something happened,
She
and they had
saw
to get
maybe.
out of there fast.
She's a witness. Do you ever see like strange vehicles driving around
I
here?
see them all the time. There's construction up here. There's construction down there. There's always work trucks passing up and down here. Really never take any notice of them unless they're like parked randomly on the side of the road, and that I haven't seen or that I noticed. I don't remember noticing some random people are talking about some white van, and I don't remember seeing it. I passed by her house the morning.
You didn't see no white van.
No, and I passed here at like 8 o'clock in the morning that she was missing, that they still didn't know. I didn't notice anything different about her home.
Did you know her?
Yeah, I've met her a few times at the mailbox, but that's the only time you don't really have the opportunity to, unless you knew her outside of here, because she didn't walk. And I'm always walking around here. She knew people in the neighborhood. She's been here for a long time.
Yeah. Longer than you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, her kids grew up in this house. So she knew a lot of people in the community, so I wouldn't have known her by that means. The only way I would have ever known her is just saying hello to her at the mailbox. And she always seemed very nice. People I knew that knew her said she was a lovely, is a lovely, wonderful person.
Did she have a cane or something with her?
Yes.
So she
Yeah,
walked.
She couldn't walk more. I mean, she would walk like this to the
Yeah.
mailbox, like slowly, you know.
Wow. Scary. I
So
mean,
she
this is
couldn't
your-
walk very far to get to a car. Like
Yeah.
it would have to been. That's why I'm curious as to whether there's cameras on the side of the house that they can't do the same searching in the. If even if they weren't on a cloud, can they not search those cameras to see did it pick up anything on that side? Because the doorbell doesn't show anything except out here.
I mean,
And he looked like he came in this way. And there's a
well, that's what I was. I figured the person came in from the right.
yeah.
You could tell the person walking kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah, he sort of
that
came
angle.
that way.
So that
But you
means
can see
there's no vehicle
her
parked here.
driveway comes down the steps and then goes this way or that way.
Yeah.
So he would have had to come in either
Yes.
one of these ways.
So either he parked on the street or on the side there where there's FBI vehicles.
But there was supposedly a camera on her garage, so that should have the house.
Yeah. Be safe. How are you feeling about the media out here? I mean, is it bothering you, or is it just?
I don't live right on the street, so I was just saying to my sister this morning, and I'm sitting at home. I wouldn't even know any of you were here until I walked down. Now, yesterday there was a traffic jam at the end of the road.
What was happening?
A traffic jam
A traffic jam?
coming out of my street, but it didn't. I mean, it cleared after a minute. It's unusual. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I'm glad that you guys are here covering it because it needs to be kept alive so it can get solved.
Yeah, I think that
You know,
puts a
if
lot
you-
of
if
pressure
you-
on investigators because normally a lot of these stuff happens around the country, and if it wasn't a famous person, no
Yes.
attention.
I know that there was a man went missing up in the Ritz-Carlton hiking the other day. And
Yeah.
they did find him, unfortunately.
Yeah, they did have gliders up there
Yes,
looking for him and everything.
But he didn't get, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
people get upset about stuff like that around here, but it is what it is. You know, I mean, the minute her being, I didn't even know she's Savannah's mom. I've
You
lived
didn't
here
even
for
know?
9 years. I had no idea who she was related to until someone sent me a photo saying, this is the lady that's missing. And Savannah was in the picture with her. And I was like, is that a relative of hers? And she said, it's her mom. It's like,
What's your name?
Shirley.
Shirley JLR. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank
I've
you.
heard
Be
of
safe.
you, all right. I have a good friend that follows you all day
Awesome.
long. and
Thank you.
Gives me your updates.
Thank you.
See ya.
Be safe. All right, neighbor. Did you hear her? She's walking her dog. She came over just to say hi, in a sense. Dude, that guy was. Oh, look. Okay, we're on the move. We're on the move. 10's coming down. 10 is on the mark. Coming down. We're on the move. They're leaving. On the move. And it's coming down. And investigators are leaving. Here's the tent. Bags, tent. There's the tent. There's the tent.
Gentlemen, can you tell us who you're with? Are you with the sheriff's department?
He had New Mexico plates.
Good morning, guys. How's everybody doing?
All right, he revved up his engine in the pickup truck. They're out.
Queen of the Hill, there's been conflicting stories. We know that they found a glove, and then there's a second report that there were 2 gloves found elsewhere. So we're not really sure.
Stay with this.
Hey, guys.
I'm gonna stay with this. Agents are going to be leaving here. What did they get?
Anna says she thinks that people are playing with the police.
Or anything that can help find who this person
I've got
is?
some interesting things to talk about later on today. You guys know me in my presentation, so I've got some things we can talk about.
I have to back up here.
Yeah, it's me. I just walked in the door. I had this, I streamed this for you guys, and I was keeping an eye on it while I had some errands to run this morning and another doctor's appointment. So now I'm back. Hey, Shaboogies. I've been looking, well, we're going to look at it. We're going to look at some video of the front porch later on, but I've been looking at the blood on the front porch, and I'm starting to think that when the footage that the FBI has let us see is after Nancy's already been taken out of the house. I think because we know that he took the plant from the front flower bed up to the door, to the Ring doorbell camera for whatever reason, like he was trying to, like, you know, hide his face even more than the ski mask was already. But we now know that he's the one who left those plants on the porch. It looks like the plants are on top of the blood, not like there was blood droplets on the plant. So did he come back up to the front doors and afterthought, like, oh shit, I better take the Ring camera with me? Because we know that there wasn't a break-in at the front door. But you know, the rumor is that the back door was left wide open. So who entered the back door? Why'd they come out the front door? There's just so many weird things about this case.
What do you think? What do you think? More evidence gathering. All right, so let's look at the house. It's zooming in on the house and see if there's anything that is different. Do you see anything different?
I bet you they were analyzing the blood on that porch. I bet you that's what they were doing.
Anything behind?
Or they were trying to get, well, I don't think they were trying to get fingerprints because we know he had gloves on.
Unclear exactly what they did. Now the question is, where are the agents going to be next?
A government setup? Oh my gosh. Why? Because you think it has something to do with the Epstein files and who Savannah interviewed?
Find the camera right here. So I'm gonna play it right here. Just for a second, folks, to regroup.
Algo de investigación esta mañana afuera de la residencia de Nancy Guthrie. Dentro también, esta mañana llegaron vehículos no marcados, detuvieron investigadores.
No, yeah, okay, they would sell very well. So, thank you. You too, babe.
Algo de movilización esta mañana en la residencia de Nancy Guthrie. En el día 12, donde continúa su búsqueda. Investigadores llegaron
Dude, some neighbor came flying through in his truck and started honking at everybody. And he was raged. He was like, "Get out of the way!"
las autoridades. Una llamada se ha recibido después de que revelaron estas imágenes. Y bueno,
I'm gonna go down here and position over here for a second.
We'll try to evaluate what's going on. Thank you, everyone, for the support. What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next out here?
So, guys, that's funny that you say that. Faith Inman, Queen of the Hill. Guess what? She's a real person, by the way. Stay tuned. But Faith Inman is a real person. So we have found her. So have you guys all seen the videos circulating around X of
The question is, why wasn't that 10 up on day one?
the neighborhood
Like, literally, why wasn't it up on day one?
in like the different neighborhoods around Nancy Guthrie's house? Of there, like it seems like in the last week, 2 weeks, there's been a lot of video capturing like weird people out there in the middle of the night checking car doors. One guy tried to reach over and unlock a fence. One guy had a backpack on and was also carrying another bag. Like he had a backpack on and he was carrying a bag of tools.
And just keep this here. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for the next.
It was so quick with the tech.
That's quick. It's
Yeah.
like clockwork.
Yeah,
They're pros. They know what they're doing.
they really are. That was so fast.
So that was like 2 minutes.
But also, the whole time it was up, it was very, very fast. Too.
Queen of the Hill, I got your text. I'll take
Yeah, I
whatever.
wasn't here
I'll
when I- I
take
wasn't here
whatever
when I
you
put it
want to
up.
send me.
It was about like a little over an hour.
Yeah,
Not
I was
long.
over at the other house, and then my viewers were informing me, go over there, go over there.
Yeah,
The tent came up real quickly.
crazy. I'm Lee, by the way.
JLR.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, we're gonna pull back from there for just a second, and let's look at some of these videos from X. This is looks like from somebody who was just I don't know if this is the person who was trying car doors with the backpack on. But we know this isn't from the same night, and it's about 6.9 miles away from Nancy's house. Looks like he tried multiple cars. And he doesn't have a face mask on. What else we got over here? Let me see. Let's just stroll through X for a minute and see what all is being said. Yeah, I know someone ordered him pizza.
Do you believe that gear was bought in one place at one time? And if so, is it worth scouring the surveillance video, as we've seen in so many other cases with guns and so forth, for cash register footage matching the eyes in that video that we saw from the night in question?
Well, I think
Matching the
1,000%. I
eyes
mean, the way this guy
recorded.
operates, it doesn't seem that he's well thought. He's thinking this thing through. And someone like this, who's very immature in the way he's going about these things, would buy everything in one place. And it's very suspicious that he would have a backpack that's that full. It doesn't seem like it has a couple items in it. It's packed full. It's almost like he have a blanket stuffed in his backpack, which to me is all very bizarre. I'm leaning towards believing that this could be a little more going on here. Maybe it, as if this could potentially be staged. I mean, if a person has a backpack full of equipment to do a job, you would think he would have equipment to damage the Ring camera.
A Ring camera, that's exactly right.
Spray or a screwdriver or anything. And someone who knows what they're doing wouldn't be on the camera that long. You want to get in and out. You don't want to be visible too long. He's showing his face, his eyes. You can see what gloves he has on. You can see his backpack. I mean, he's literally giving away every ounce of evidence. And if he's the one that got into the house and he's there for 45 minutes, you're leaving so much evidence. It's incredible. So this is a very suspicious case to me.
Well, there you have it from him. Here's the guy Here's the guy who was trying to get over the fence. Now, does that guy on the right look like he has a face, like a ski mask on? Now that's interesting. Hmm.
Not.
Now look at the plants. The plant leaves look like they're on top of the blood. Oh, this isn't the video that takes you right up to it. Hmm.
Really identified the brand of backpack. Once they do that, where do they take it?
So let's track this to a case that the public knows about, which was the D.C. bomber. Remember the case that went dormant during the Biden years when two pipe bombs were placed, one outside the RNC, one outside the DNC. One of the key breaks in that case was when they went back into the purchase history of the batteries that were used to formulate the bombs that were in the bombs, because remember, the bombs didn't detonate. And they were able, off of those batteries, to go back 4 years and see where they'd been bought. It was a key break in the case, and ultimately it got to the perpetrator. I tell that story to demonstrate the reach that people have these days in a computerized age. So when you have the backpack, I saw something today which really led me to believe that they've identified the sweatshirt that he's wearing. Some speculation as to the shoes, two possible brands. You're getting a lot of cross-referencing here. You can do that kind of stuff. It takes time, as we've been all noting. But that said, if you go into the purchase history, somebody in this area, which does seem likely, you get somebody who bought all three, now you're starting to get someplace. You get it to a small pool of people, and you start working that.
Hmm.
Name is Chart Simpson, probably a pseudonym, but their question is there a definite conclusion or evidence that she actually returned home after dinner and went to bed?
Well, definite in the sense that that's what witnesses are saying, and that's what the family is saying. And listen, I imagine the FBI has confirmed all of that, corroborated all of that. And one easy way to do that is through their phones, to the geolocation of their phones. Did they, in fact, make a trip back to Nancy's house from Annie's house at the time of day that they were saying it occurred? Also, the vehicles nowadays are just walking GPSs and computers. They can confirm it on that as well. So I'm sure they've not let that box unchecked. But where the evidence of that is coming from is from their own statements that that's in fact what they did.
Yeah, I agree with Josh. They
That's
know
my
that by
bird,
now.
Boogies.
You crunch that data very quickly. Think about how
That's
deeply
Rocky.
they've been into the Wi-Fi at Nancy's house. they were in there so deep they were able to recover that Nest camera code that they ultimately got to Google, and in 10 days were able to decode into imagery that we could see in that video. You can do the same thing relative to things like her phone hitting the Wi-Fi. And if her house, if
He's
her
up
phone,
there on his
never
perch.
left her house all night, they'd know that as
Yeah,
well.
that's him.
They'd also know her phone hitting the Wi-Fi in the daughter and brother-in-law's home as well, Tommaso and Annie. So, you know, there's all kinds of digital ways, cars, phones, cell towers, and they would have gone at that right away. Because as we all know, commonly in kidnappings, it's very often somebody close, this kind of a thing, this kind of crime. I'm sure that they went right at that quite hard. And the fact that we're now, whatever it is, 10, 11 days out, and that does not seem to be a vector of investigation, tells me they probably washed that out.
Leanne, that would, if they don't have real proof when they arrest someone, and if they just try to pin this on an immigrant, that is, you know, this is right up this administration's alley for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. It's absolutely. Doesn't it piss you off? It pisses me off. Rocky says, "Yeah." Oh. Let's see here. What else do we got?
Just in this one. This one. Thank you. Other properties or just in this one? This one. Thank you. All right.
So that guy just told the media outside of Nancy Guthrie's house that he's a private investigator hired by the family. That was this was posted 22 hours ago. But they don't have faith in the FBI. They had to hire a private investigator. I don't blame them.
This one. Thank you. All right.
Huh. So
Permission to look because they were looking for any kind of evidence. So they indicated porch cameras.
Porch cameras.
Yeah, and this is not the neighborhood where the woman was abducted.
What does that tell you? Like, why would they come to your house for porch cameras if this? That's what I was telling my viewers. Like,
for anything,
but she was abducted 10 minutes away. Why come here? And the neighbor can go neighbor to neighbor.
Why?
But what do you think?
Well, what I think doesn't really matter very much, but it makes me think that the fellow who lives here is still a suspect.
The fellow that lives here is a suspect. Do you know him?
No.
Never met him.
I never met him. They've only been here a year and a half. I've only been here 2 years.
Oh, you like it?
We're friends with the people that sold the house.
Yeah.
They moved to Georgia to be near their children.
Oh, they moved to Georgia. Who are they? Like an older couple or something that lived here?
Like me, an older couple.
What brought you here?
Huh. So that's a neighbor over by Annie's, and he thinks that Annie's husband is still a suspect. Come here. Yeah, I love the fact that there's so many eyes on this. We are just scrolling through X right
Roads
now.
outside of Nancy Guthrie's house looking for something. They wouldn't tell us what they were looking for, but about 2 hours ago, they finally did notify us, telling us they did find one black glove. We now have video as well as pictures of the glove. In fact, Fox Digital has one source saying that they might have found actually 2 gloves, a set of gloves, which would double the odds of them coming back with some kind of DNA if, in fact, it is a glove that belongs to a person who was on the porch that we saw the video of from yesterday. You also have to keep in mind that we are in the middle of the desert here and there is cactus everywhere. So gloves on the side of the road may not be all that out of the ordinary, because anybody who's working landscape would need hefty gloves to kind of work in and around this area. So it could be a big break. I mean, it is clearly the biggest thing we have heard that has happened today, and maybe a break. And the FBI, of course, is taking that evidence and analyzing it right now. We're hoping to get some information on a lot of different things, including the possibility of getting more video out of the house. The FBI released a couple of new pictures today, but pretty much from the same angle as the video they released yesterday. Now we're waiting to see if cameras on the side of the house and in the back of the house might also be able to give us some images about what was going on at the time, in and around the time that Nancy Guthrie disappeared, Laura.
Yeah, there was a 911 call. I saved it on here somewhere. There's a 911 call where a woman claims she found a ski mask near her garage. That was, but it was in a different neighborhood. Yes, Rocky's going. This is his perch time, guys. I was just going to let this live stream play, but I couldn't help myself but hop on. So he's supposed to be being quiet, but that's never the case. I mean, I bet you okay, so when we look at this blood on the porch, I wonder if they actually have video of him taking her out of the house, because we know there was a camera in the backyard on top of what I've been told is a guest house that the FBI missed the first time. Would you stop it? Missed the first time and then came back days later and collected it. The floodlight in the back is busted. So it's been reported the back door was left wide open. We just don't know. Law enforcement has not. That hurts your guys' ears, doesn't it? Well, he didn't tear down the floodlight. It looks like it was hit with something and it smashed, like it broke, and it was still hanging off the back of the house. The camera that was on the pool house, an FBI agent was up on the roof and she removed it. So, but we don't know how they were able to retrieve this door camera footage. But earlier, JLR, I don't know who he was getting his information from there on the ground, but he was saying the FBI just now were carrying in some sort of digital devices that would allow them to retrieve footage from I know, sorry guys, I can't put him in his cage right now. He's been it's wintertime. He needs his outside time, and if I don't have him in the same room with me, he'll destroy stuff. He will find the first piece of wood, leg, cabinet door, doorway, baseboards, you name it. If he can chew it, he'll chew it. I even got him McDonald's French fries because he loves French fries to help keep him quiet, but he's not interested in the fries. Here, you want a bite? There you go. You wouldn't believe how many people I've had on my in my comments, like on replay crews, where they're like, I think you need to change the battery of your smoke alarm. I'm like, it's not a smoke alarm, it's the damn bird. But I wonder if they have video of them. Okay, let's watch Nancy Grace. I can't freaking stand this chick.
realize is
We're gonna
they
see-
are leaving their fingerprints. No, this guy was so careful to wear gloves. He didn't want to leave any fingerprints behind. What many
I see
perpetrators do
Nancy's so
not
careful.
realize is they are leaving their fingerprints inside the glove. Now, problem, if it is a powdered glove, sometimes sweat and powder can mix together and blur the fingerprint.
her.
However, sometimes that powder can actually preserve the print. So we got that going for us. And it's not just that the gloves are similar to those we see on Nancy Guthrie's front porch that the perpetrator's wearing. It's location, location, location. Near her neighborhood, in her neighborhood.
Oh my God, I can't take her. I can't. Sorry, guys, I cannot take her. Do you guys remember when she went out to the Idaho 4 house and set up a damn desk out in front of the house? I was like, who does she think she is? I can't stand. I'm sorry, I just can't with old Nancy Grace. Okay, let's check out this one.
I want to know, when you do a lot of investigations and you're a specialist with evidence, I want to know when you heard today that they had found a glove. I was saying all day long, I said it was kind of surreal to me because we haven't seen.
Yeah, she went there for. Didn't she just go to see the crime? Was it the crime scene photos that she just went there to watch?
We just haven't seen that, and then all of a sudden.
Or was it the closing arguments by Nick McClellan and then left and listened to
near
the defense?
Nancy's house? And to me, it was like they were looking for something, and maybe the glove is what they were looking for. But suddenly, 4 hours later, boom, they find the glove or gloves. And it seems to me like this could be a significant clue if it does in fact belong to the person that we assume, or we are hoping that it belongs from her house.
This could be the thing that breaks the case. You're showing a video right now of the suspect at Nancy's door and the glove that was found. If you look at it, most of the gloves that you're going to wear for crime scenes stop about right here at the wrist. Both of these gloves look like they're a little bit longer. That to me is significant. But I tell you something, I am tired of wasting time. These gloves have got to go to a private lab. Othram in Texas can test this glove and give us an answer within 24 hours. We don't need to waste any more time on any of this evidence.
Yeah, former homicide detective Benjamin Jimenez, what are your thoughts?
Did you, when you sent it to me, Queen, did you title it so I know which one to pull up? Here, I can do this. No, Fig, she doesn't. She has no shame. I can't believe she's still on TV. Let me see. I've got a bunch of footage. We can just go through some of the stuff that
the videos that we have seen. I think it may be from witness interviews. It could maybe from digital evidence that is pointing them into that direction where they are searching that brush. I am starting to think now that perhaps this person didn't get very far, because if you think about it, you're leaving with 150 from the videos that we have seen. I think it may be from witness interviews. It could maybe
that's
from
Annie's
digital
house.
evidence that is pointing them into that direction where they are searching that brush. I am starting to think now that perhaps this person didn't get very far, because if you think about it, you're leaving with 150, 160 pound person who is relatively immobile. Where exactly are you going to go? And so I think, I don't necessarily think she's there in those bushes, but I do think that there could be some kind of evidence or tip there that they.
Hold on, we got some more. We got more.
Technological evidence could very well solve this case. We've been told neighbors have received emails from law enforcement to check any footage they may have and to alert agents. The FBI has also brought in a critical response group from Quantico. They have a team processing social media evidence and phone and digital footprints. As for the physical evidence, our Fox flight team captured this video of 2 broken floodlights next to a back patio door on Nancy Guthrie's property. The FBI says the potential ransom note mentioned a broken floodlight. These are the ones we were able to spot.
So if that's a door, a back patio door, I wonder if that door is into like a breezeway, or is that literally the back door to enter the entire house? Because if that's the case, I mean, busting a panel out, a glass panel out, would be very simple, just to reach in and unlock the door if it gives you access to the entire house. But why enter the house and why exit the front door? I just feel like they didn't carry her. This person couldn't have carried her very far. They could have pulled right up in the driveway. Now, not in the turnaround in the front of the house. They could have come from the other direction and turned into the driveway right up to the side of the house to the garage. And they could have removed her via this back door. There would have been no reason to go to the front door at all. And if this person had cased out this house, wouldn't he have known already that that camera on the front porch was there? So there's just very amateur things that this person has done, but yet here we are 12 days later and we don't know where she's at. You said the last video that you sent me? Okay, 1 second. Rocky, stop doing that, please. Let me pull that up. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I got that. Yes, I got that. So let's pull this one up. We're going to listen to the sheriff talk about the timeline. Oh, there's some other
timeline.
things.
I think we got it on the board, do we not? This is a timeline that we have been able to develop with some of the things that we've had processed, various pieces of electronics that we've gathered. And you look at some of this, and I know you're going to say, well, why did it take you so long to get this to us, Sheriff? Well, because one thing, it's got to go out and be processed at different lab sites. And sometimes that stuff comes back to us. And like you, we have questions. And we say, wait a minute, what is this about? What about this? Could it be that? And so it's sent back, or it's sent somewhere else.
Real quick, somebody has told this sheriff to shut his mouth. He just talks and talks and talks and talks.
So, and that's happening with all of the things we see, that process, that review, and that questioning of, all right, what is it we're looking at? So I'll go over it with you. You can see it on the board there, but at about 5:32 p.m., these are approximate times. 5:32 p.m., Nancy travels to her local family's home for dinner and playing games with the family, just visiting. At 9:48 p.m., which is very consistent to what we were told by the family, that Nancy was dropped off at home. And we know that because we have a garage door open at approximately, I can't stress that enough, at approximately 9:48 p.m. for dinner.
Okay. Look at that. So let's look at this timeline right here. So this kind of answers some questions. He's at the front door at 1:47 and the door, well, we don't know. We don't know what time it is of the video footage that they're letting us see. Because if you pay attention closely to some of the footage that they've released and some of the still images, there are several where he has the gun in his waistband in the front. Then there are photos with him out without the gun. So if the doorbell camera disconnects at 1:47, okay, was he possibly at the front door fucking with the door earlier than 1:47, went around back and got in? Because if the front door camera disconnects at 1:47, but she doesn't disconnect until 2:28. So we know the camera was taken down and disabled before she was taken from the house, which that's odd if there's no breaking and entering at the front door. Yeah, this guy's all over the map. And then the other thing is that we've learned is that, okay, and maybe some of you guys know this, but she didn't actually go to church. She hadn't attended physically a church since COVID. She goes over to a friend's house and they listen to an online church stream. So there's also this discrepancy of when the family was contacted. This has come out after the fact. When the family was contacted that she didn't come over to listen to the stream. They made it out like she just didn't attend church. It was, well, she didn't ever go to church since COVID. But then it was reported that the family went over around 11. And then it wasn't until it was like 11:57 or 11:58 that morning that the 911 call was made to report that she was missing. And I've been trying to find it because I've been reading on different threads from different news articles that initially the Pima County Sheriff Department ruled this a homicide. And I don't believe the blood on the front porch would be enough blood for them to consider this being a homicide. But we still don't know what they found inside the house. So was there a lot more blood inside the house that made them think initially that this was a homicide? And then the ransom letters came in, which changed the course of the direction of the case. I mean, I don't know. It's just all, I really think that somebody needs to give a press conference, somebody other than this dude right here.
And playing games with the family. Just visiting. At 9:48 p.m., which is very consistent to what we were told by the family, that Nancy was dropped off at home. And we know that because we have a garage door open at approximately, I can't stress that enough, at approximately 9:48 p.m. At 9:50 p.m., that garage door closes, which is that time we assume that Nancy's home and probably going to bed. Sunday morning, early morning at 1:47 a.m., the doorbell camera disconnects. At 2:12 a.m., software detects a person on a camera, but there's no video available. They had no subscription, and therefore it would rewrite itself. It just kind of loops, right, and covers up. That's what our analysis teams have told us. We're not done with that. We'll do all we can, but that's what it says. So that detects a person on camera. Could that be an animal? I imagine it's possible. We don't know that. We just have no video. But we're not giving up on that. 2:28. Nancy's pacemaker app shows that it was a disconnect from the phone. And at 11:56 a.m., the family checks on Nancy and discovers her missing. And at 12:03 p.m., 911 is called in to the Pima County Sheriff's Department.
Now, see, that's
I
all
believe
changed.
it's about approximately 10 minutes later, 12 minutes later, our patrol teams arrive. they see the scene, and we start our response with our search and rescue teams and our detectives from homicide and various units. In fact, every unit here, I think somebody questioned, how come there's an ICAC member out here, or this member? Everybody in our criminal investigations team is a part of this team and part of this investigative effort. The doorbell camera, it was removed, we know that, but we're not confirming that any cameras were smashed or destroyed around the house. I don't know where that came from, but that's something we're not confirming. The car, the car that was at the home, it's just standard investigative practices. It's part of the search warrant scene, court orders. We pull it out of there and do our scene processing with the vehicle.
That's funny. He says that it's normal, it's procedure, but yet it wasn't towed. Nancy's car wasn't towed from the garage until days later. In fact, I believe Annie's car was towed immediately, but Nancy's car wasn't towed until days later.
Uber. We did speak to a driver because Nancy, we learned, had been taken the Uber to the family residence, the daughter, for dinner. And we located that driver and spoke with them and got that information. The house, you guys got this, I think, conducting follow-up. I think you said somebody had mentioned that they saw a team out there again last night or yesterday, and that's just, again, what I was talking about before. Our partners wanted a chance to see it and examine things themselves, and more importantly, it's just we're constantly following up on things and go, hey, what about this? So we want to go back and check on some things. Right? Oh, here's the other thing. Someone had mentioned there was forced entry. I have no clue where that comes from. We have been very consistent. We are not discussing that at all. Whether it's forced entry or not forced entry, that is something we're just not discussing. So I don't know where anybody got that information.
So did she let them in? Did she come to the door and she opened the door? Was she hit? I mean, was she hit at the front door with the butt of the gun? I mean, who knows? I mean, I think 12 days later, we need a little bit more information. Yeah, Fig, that's a good idea. Says I get asked to visit my partner's great grandmother when she has handy people over because she's read all of the statistics on sexual assault against the elderly. That timeline plus fullness of his bag doesn't feel kidnapping. Yeah, at first I thought he was going up and he was going to knock on the door and then seeing the camera because his hand goes up and then it goes over to the camera. Let's watch it. I mean, he sure in hell didn't act like, well, he did look around right there. So strange. I mean, what is the point of the plant? I mean, all he had to do was put his
Clearly,
his
there's
hand
something
over
happening
the
over there. We don't
freaking
know exactly the nature of it. What can you
camera.
tell us from your vantage point?
Hi, Kevin. I can set the scene here for you. About an hour and a half ago, we had a sheriff's deputy come up, park in front of the home. That caught everyone's attention. Now, not too long ago, within the last 20 minutes or so, we saw an unmarked vehicle with law enforcement drive up. The two spoke, they got back in their cars, and then we saw yet a third member of law enforcement walk up. 3 people walked to the back, 2 to 3 people walked to the back, and you can see them now. And they are what our drone team is describing to us. The Fox flight team is describing this as possibly like a manhole. I heard Jonathan say that it could be some sort of water drainage. Either one of those is possible. We're not quite sure. But they've been poking around in there, almost like they're looking for a sample of some sort. Looking into this area. We've been kept back just a bit, actually. Usually when they have some sort of activity here at the site of Nancy Guthrie's home, we're often pushed back. The media is pushed back so they can do their job. Clearly, they're not concerned about that right now because we've all been allowed to stay as law enforcement continues its work to the back. Kevin?
Coincidence? We get this big break in this case, and all of a sudden now, more law enforcement at this house.
Yeah, Tram and Troy, that's absolutely right. A lot of activity along Annie Guthrie Street. This is Tornero Street, here about 10 to 15 minutes away from Nancy Guthrie's home. And what we saw throughout this afternoon was 2 groups of federal agents, FBI agents, combined with Pima County Sheriff's Office investigators, walk along this street and knock on every single door. And I had a chance to speak with two women who live in one of the homes they were interested in. And what these 2 women inside told me is that these federal agents were asking for permission to enter their homes, but also search backyard areas and areas adjacent between homes. This is rugged desert terrain areas. So they were in search of something. And what these 2 women told me is they were looking for, quote, placed evidence, something that whomever took Nancy may have placed on a neighboring property here in and around Annie Guthrie's property. So let's take you to video of what we witnessed this afternoon. This all started at about 2 o'clock, so about 3 hours after that surveillance video evidence was released. You can see agents walk up to front doors. They spoke with homeowners and were let inside backyard areas and the inside of homes by nearly every single resident if they were home. Video shows them scouring this desert terrain adjacent to homes, even looking in people's backyards in search of evidence. We saw them walk into one homeowner's camper trailer that was parked right on the side of their home. Now, this increase in activity near Annie Guthrie's home comes just hours after they released that surveillance footage from Nancy's front door on the night she was taken. The FBI has continued to ask anyone who may know something to come forward.
Says technological evidence could very well solve this case. We've been told neighbors have received emails from law enforcement to check any footage they may have and to alert agents. The FBI has also brought in a critical response group from Quantico. They have a team processing social media evidence and phone and digital.
Hold on a second, guys. Here's some footage from them actually setting up the tent this morning, which I didn't get to see. Hold on. So I guess we know now that the private investigator is driving a white truck. So this was reported to be FBI at the house. See where that black SUV is parked over there on the far right in the driveway? I think that could have been where he parked. I can't imagine that he was on foot and took her with him on foot. He could have pulled right in here and parked right up there where that black pickup truck is. And it wouldn't have been seen on the camera, I don't think. So here it is. Happening now, investigators brought in a capture and playback device. It can capture HDMI or SDI video output from a laptop playing Nest footage, a smartphone mirror to a monitor, a DVR, or a intermediary system. So they're getting embedded metadata time codes. You don't think, Amanda says she doesn't think he was alone. I've wondered that too. Well, see, and another thing that's funny too, Fig, that you say that they trampled that area. When the sheriff said estimated time of the garage door opening and closing, and some people were speculating that she had a smart garage. Now, my first thought process is if you are that up to date on your digital home security, you're going to have a subscription. So are they utilizing, for example, the house across the street's Ring door cameras, seeing her garage door light come on, when you open your garage, your indoor interior light in your garage? Are they using the footage from the camera across the street to determine what time she was brought home and seeing the garage door light and the garage door open and then her closing it? So Adjusted Fate says, think about the entrances of the home from easiest to hardest to gain entry. This guy enters through the sliding door. His purpose in the front was to remove camera to bring her out to a vehicle. In your opinion, that's a good way to look at it. But but the thing is though, the distance from the front door and the distance from the back door are about the same. Shit, why not come out through the garage? Was there a camera above the garage? I haven't heard anything about a camera being above the garage. There was one on the guest house in the backyard, on the roof, guest house, pool house, whatever it was used for. But that is really when you look at the house, when you look at the house on Google Earth, literally from the front door to the back door, it's the same distance to get from either or around to that garage door area on the side. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, guys. So's Rocky. He's screaming. Well, now here they are putting up the tent. We didn't see them set up a table or anything inside that tent. They just didn't want you guys, not you guys, but any of us to see what they were doing at the front door. Oh, we'll screenshot these and go over them later. Yeah, that blue item sitting right there on her walkway was there when Brian Eaton went up with his video camera to get the blood. Oh, here's a good oh, so there was a camera facing the garage. Look at that. On the video footage, I only seen the FBI agent taking down the one over here on the left, but not the one that would have been facing the garage door. They've got more footage. There's no way in hell they don't have more footage. See where where she's standing on the roof with the ponytail and the blonde hair? Can you guys see her? Where that ladder is, right below her, maybe a little bit to the left, is a door. So actually, if they parked in the driveway, if they pulled right up here to the garage or right up here behind, I mean, it looks like they could have pulled all the way up behind this building right here where that yellow or that pink arrow is. To get her out this back door would have been a lot quicker and a lot more discreet to come through this gate. Why go out the front door? That's what I don't understand. He didn't break in the front door. And you're saying, Just Jen is saying next to that door below her was the damaged floodlight. Right. So we know that somebody was back there. I bet you in the next, if not today, by tomorrow, we're gonna see some more footage if they haven't been able to pin down a suspect. Yeah, I have his interview too somewhere. The guy that they detained. And another thing, when you're on Google Earth and you look at the neighbor's house behind her, the neighbor behind Nancy's, their front door faces her backyard. Even though she's got like this 4-foot brick wall around her property, there's a good chance that if they have cameras on their house, if this floodlight was on, then there's a good chance that they could see when the floodlights were broken. Yeah, I know. My aunt had one of those metal security doors, but see on the front door. But look at this door here in the back. Now that you're looking at it, where this door is, this blue door with the glass panes, that's actually a door to go inside the garage. Because when we go back, that blue door would take you in. Again, does it take you inside the garage? I mean, it looks like she's got a 2-car garage door, but does the garage actually span over in behind that air conditioning fenced in area where they have the air, where's the air conditioning unit? So does that blue door walk into the garage, or is it like a breezeway into the house? But if that door takes you right into the garage, wouldn't you be able to enter the house from the garage? I mean, it depends on how security conscious she is. Is she locking her door to her garage that connects her garage to her house? Now, see, this is a good picture back here. If you look to the back, to the house to the left, when you're on Google Earth and you look at this house, this is the front of that house. Now, if they have cameras outside, it could have captured at least the lighting on the back of Nancy's house if the floodlights were turned on. And I'm assuming they were turned on That's why they were broken, or they were motion lights and they kicked on when somebody approached the door. But that house faces, and I wonder now if this person, if this person came on foot, let's say he came on foot and he parked a vehicle back over here on this back street over here, it looks as though he could have walked through in between these two houses and walked right up the right side of the back of Nancy's property here and right onto her driveway. But that again leads to the question, why take her out the front door? Why the blood on the front step? Yeah, we just don't know. And there was also a report out there that she wears hearing aids and that she possibly takes them out at night. That's concerning. You would think she would be a habitual door locker. Yeah, my grandmother and my aunt and my mom they're the same. My mother was, she's no longer with us, but my aunt's the same way. In fact, my aunt is over cautious. She locks everything. All the windows have to be locked, and she unplugs everything because she's afraid of a fire. All right, let's go back to X and see what else is going on here. Oh, now what's he talking about here now?
Absolutely. They get by with saying no comment. Who does that in today's world? Who does that? Yet they get by with that. And when this thing's all resolved and the case is all over, I challenge him. I challenge Mr. Black to stand up to that camera by himself and say, we have looked at this investigation and we have exonerated, completely find this investigation to be total BS, because that's what it is.
What is he talking about?
They get by with saying no comment. Who does that in today's world? Who does that? Yet they get by with that. And when this thing's all resolved and the case is all over, I challenge him. I challenge Mr. Black to stand up to that camera by himself and say, we have looked at this investigation and we have exonerated complete.
So what the side note over here, if it's too small for you guys to read, I'm going to read it. So back in 2016, the Pima County Sheriff's Department was under FBI investigation because high-ranking officials were using RICO funds for unauthorized purchases. Oh, fuck, another Carroll County. At the time, Nanos, which is the sheriff here, publicly attacked the FBI, saying, if they're having problems doing criminal investigations, please call us because we have real policemen here. Then the deputy at the time, Chris Raddick, was charged with multiple felonies and ultimately pleaded to a lesser charge. Chief of Staff Brad Gappenpayne, also under investigation, died by suicide that June. Chief, yours truly, Chris Nanos, lost his re-election that year. Now you can see why the Nancy Guthrie case has been a complete disaster from day one and why the department stonewalled the FBI from the start. The corruption runs deep in Pima County. So for a lot of you in chat, you're all too familiar with that. Carroll County playbook, eh? Yep. Sounds like it, doesn't it? My goodness. We'll keep that for later, won't we? So FBI agent had a ultrasound studio 4K mini kit in his hand, tent up in front of the front door of Nancy Guthrie's home. Well, there it is, guys. There's the box. I don't know if they took two adjusted fate. I don't know if they took two vehicles from Annie or if there was just the one that they drove that night. And I don't know if those are still in police custody. I'm not sure. That's kind of why we're scrolling through here, just to get some updates. Let's see what she has to say. The neighbor.
It was something that someone in the neighborhood suggested, and we don't know what else to do. There's nothing else that we can do to help this family right now or to do anything to bring her back. And so just showing that we care and that we support the family and we support everybody who's, trying to bring her back. I had forgotten that yellow is a symbol that they've used to symbolize wanting someone to come back home safely. Usually you hear about that in war, but we want her to come back home safely. And so it seemed like a very good idea to bring the yellow roses. And what else can we do right now? It was something.
So, and here's a map. If you guys can see that. Here's a map. Now this is where I'm saying there's conflicting reports. It says rough sketch of yesterday. Excuse me. Rough sketch of yesterday's search near Nancy Guthrie's home, which led to the discovery of a set of gloves that sources say are now being investigated. It's unclear what else they were looking for when they kicked this off yesterday morning. I just wonder if there's more communication with someone going on. So a pair of gloves is different than them finding one glove, and I'm sorry for the bird screaming in the background. Mike just got home, so he hears the garage door opening, so he's getting excited. Yeah, they were back out searching this morning. So here, I'm going to pull up for you guys. We'll pull back up JLR's stream, and we will see what's going on. If we've missed anything while we've been scrolling X. Hold on. JLR. Hold on.
What is that?
I got her flyer. Yeah, it's up. It is getting long. So we'll pull this up here for just a minute. See if he's giving us any commentating about anything that's going on.
CNN swapping vehicles, swapping spots. Look, so CNN has a crew where they have a SUV planted here. They left, and then they're swapping. Shows their operation, CNN's operation.
Both cars. There just wasn't anything else. Yeah. We were hoping this second camera. Are you Joel? Yes, I'm Joel. Hey, how you doing? Okay, okay. Yeah, it's every day. Joel, you're Rudy. Nice to meet you. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, Streets, I just had mine trimmed, but I'm letting it grow.
Okay.
All right, guys, I'm going to leave this up for a little while, and I'm going to get ready because I'm going to be going live with some things here at 1 o'clock. So I'll leave this up and running. and I'll be back on here in just a little bit.
And it works. The next day we have this spot.
Oh, yeah. I'm just surprised that you put CNN here, some local, like not even local, like just some guy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, chopper, military chopper.
When we first got here, they were like, yeah, but like, so it's like right here. So next
Some chopper. I said military. I'm not sure. I didn't check on flight radar team before. Let's see what type of chopper that was.
yeah, mine has too. Yeah. Weird. Yeah. But it's easy. Yeah. Couldn't be closer to this. Yeah. There's that Italian restaurant.
Weird that chopper didn't come up on flight radar 24.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Chopper didn't even come up.
Anyway, we'll try to, we'll do our
Could that be? Military, probably military. Not on radar. Not on radar.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's not like one of the custom built ones. That this is because it's a rental. It's different than the one you have for your car. And as you know, like it goes down. And also look up. So it's just were you guys able to get out okay? Yeah. Okay. It's just, I mean, this is everything what happened. Yeah. Over there. It's sure nothing happened. He's gonna have to stay
What the heck is this? What the heck's going on here? Just pulled into in front of Nancy Guthrie's home. Who's this? Who's this? No one. The bark.
All right. Ready? Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right, we're kind of using this as a staging ground here. We are using this as a staging ground.
say we switch up and go over to, we'll just keep the stream going and we'll go over the and see what's going on over there. No, that keeps. Yeah, shall we? We're going on a drive. Let's just see what's going on. I just want to see a change of scenery. Right, let's go. Who's riding then? Dude, I parked so far. Look how far I parked. Heard from the last. Holy smoke. Some more flowers. Rose. Yellow flowers, yellow. Wow. We'll do our this was, and he literally had long hair, and he literally was loading his entire vehicle up with boxes, and he left. I think this is just a neighbor that just wants to get out of town, specifically get away. You too. Take care. Thank you. CNN lead says, good to meet you. Going to Annie and Tommaso's home. See what's going on. GPS again. I still don't know how to get there from here without GPS. I should know that by now. All right, so I don't know if the standby. We're gonna leave here in about 2. Here we go. Ready to go. Oh, I don't have another mission. 2 minutes. All right, we're ready. We're off. Going back and forth. We'll keep seeing what's going on. Now, if anything pops off here again, please share in the chat. We will come back. We will definitely come back. All right. Roll out. It's hot today as yesterday. Tomorrow, the equipment will be great because it's only going to be in the 60s tomorrow. It's going to be cold for starting into next week. We are 11 minutes out. It's like there's only one lane. To the neighborhoods. To the left, to the right. Holy all. Okay, thank you. What's your name? Chrissy? And Nicole. Chrissy and Nicole, thank you. Yeah. All right, thank you. So we got some armchair sleuths, Chrissy and Nicole, in a van that just arrived. Yeah, it was bad reception right there at that spot. We got some armchair detectives here. Chrissy and Nicole in a van. They just said hi. So people are coming from all around the country. All right, making a left. We're on our way to Tommaso's and Annie's. Annie and Tommaso. I say Tommaso like Tommaso. He could be 100% innocent, folks. Tommaso could be 100% innocent. The lady spoke yesterday and said people at the school are rallying behind Tommaso at the basis school. Tommaso. Where is Nancy? So up here is in a school, and then we're going to make a left. Annie and Tommaso's home. Thank you for that comment, Martinez 0926. Thank you, very grateful. Thank you for everyone. If I missed your comment, I truly apologize. We have the fastest chat on the internet, the most lively chat on the internet. Everyone wants to know what happened to Nancy. Everyone is piling in to just see the latest of what's going on. Everyone is fascinated with this case, curious about this one. They want to see what's going on at the ground. They want to see what investigators are up to. We're looking at all. Talking to people on the ground, neighbors' perspective, other media journalists' perspective, people's perspective. We've interviewed so many people. We will continue to stay out here as long as we need to be. It's hope and pray, Nancy, today, now, as we're watching the breaking news. If someone is going to break the news about Nancy, big breaking scoop.
Hey guys, those of you who are still here, I'm closing this stream and I'm bouncing over to the new stream to go live in about 10 minutes. So follow me over there. I'll be live over there in about 10 minutes. But I'm going to end this stream